Thebes, year 23 of Thutmose III, about 1457 BCE. Inside Karnak, chisels ring on limestone. History is
Megiddo.
carved into stone. Chineni, the campaign scribe, unrolls a papyrus, black for the record, red for what to heed. North of Egypt, Canaanite vassals rally to the King of Kadesh. They declare independence and plant their banner at Megiddo, the choke point of the Jezreel Valley and the Via Maris. For Egypt, that gate is more than revenue. It defies Amun and the crown. Thutmose, newly out of Hatshepsut's shadow, must prove his strength to the gods, to the rebels, and to the chronicle that will bear his name. The map of the north comes into view. A single banner at Megiddo. Kadesh claims the choke point of the Jezreel Plain and the Via Maris. Envoys read their decree. Tribute to Thebes ends. Megiddo rises atop its tell, its gates banded with bronze. Whoever holds this hill holds the road and the caravans that ride it. Inside the walls, drums and incense coil upward. The city arms itself in faith as much as in steel of the age, bronze and wood. In Thebes, the priests of Amun turn their faces north, reading the wind and the trouble it carries. Sile, eastern delta. The fortress gates lift and dust blooms in the backlight. Horns and frame drums send the column north. Six-spoked wheels bite through dried mud. Wood, rawhide, sinew tuned for speed. Along the coast road the line unspools. Shendit whites snapping in the sea wind. Kapresh blue bright as noon. Camps rise and fall with the sun. 10 days of grit and glare. Markers counted by hooves and drumbeats. Gaza reached. The road ahead bends toward Yehem, and beyond it, the pass no one expects us to choose. Yehem, inside the royal tent, a rawhide map lies open. North and south sweep wide. The old general taps the safer routes. Safe, but slow. One more line cuts the hills. Aruna, a throat of rock, a road no wider than a chariot.
What if they expect our fear?
The king rests his knuckles on the leather and chooses the path no one expects.
We take Aruna. Light columns through the pass. Vanguard first, no baggage. Drums at dawn.
The tent seems to exhale. Limestone walls press in. A dirt ribbon, 3, maybe 5 paces wide, threads the chariot's single file. The column coils like a sand-colored serpent. Dust hangs and will not fall, every axle creaking like a warning. At the S-bend, breath tightens, shields rasp on rock, bow braces bite the wrist, hoofbeats ricochet cliff to cliff. One rhythm, many hearts, the echo swelling until it sounds like an army ahead. Then, air. The pass spits us into open light. The noise breaks, and no ambush waits.
Night settles over the Qina. Torchlight frays on the water, and the camp breathes in slow, even waves.
A priest of Amun draws oil along bronze.
Steady the
Smoke
hand that
climbs like a
draws the
prayer
bow.
no wind can touch. A guard folds a letter,
son,
ink not yet dry, and whispers a name he has not spoken in months. Chineni knots a leather tube and seals it tight, black for record, red for heed, so the dawn will not blur the truth. Over a
first
wooden
light,
board, the
3
king
wings.
draws 3 lines,
I hold the
left,
center.
right, center. At first light, the shapes on wood will become lines of men. Thin mist peels back. Megiddo's gate looks out like an eye of stone. On the ridge, the Canaanite alliance locks shields. Tribal banners ripple along the crest. Egypt answers in 3 wings, Amun, Ra, Ptah, standards lifting as drums knit the ranks. The plain holds its breath, leather creaks, frost breath hangs. A hand rises. Eyes fix on the narrow space between the lines, where the first error will cost the day. Waits. Horns cut the hush, and the chariots surge. Rawhide sings, bowstrings bite the air. An arrow lifts free, feather, resin, flint, turns once in the sun, and goes hunting for a scene.
Charge! To victory, men! Forward!
The Canaanite wheels answer, bronze crests flash. and two storms meet in one cloud of dust. Axles shriek, shields ring. The plain becomes a single roar. Then the line flexes. Egypt's center knifes left. Banners of a moon leaning into the turn, aimed straight at the weakest stitch in the enemy's wall. Bronze hooks into hide. Kopesh skates a shield rim and peels the line in a spray of grit. Spears splinter, harness jerks. A horse rears and the ground rushes up to swallow men and dust alike. Amun's banner floods the sightline. Roar stacks on roar as the breach widens. The ridgeline unthreads. Faces all swing the same way, toward the city gate. Wheels bite, boots slide, and the noise thins to a hard, bright purpose. There it is at last, the straight road to an ending. One more thrust, one clean hit at the hinge, and the day is ours if we take the gate.
One more thrust! Take the gate!
An empty camp gleams. Royal silks, gilt chests, fine horses tied and waiting, temptation laid out like a snare. Footsteps slow, discipline thins to a whisper. Beyond the tents, ropes whip taut along the wall, hands claw stone as fugitives climb one by one. Then the gate drops. A wooden beam thunders into its sockets. Bronze bands rattle and victory changes shape in a heartbeat. The straight road to an ending closes like a fist. Shouts flatten to silence. Dust hangs, ashamed of itself.
Recall the looters. Circle the city. We take it by patience. Circumvallation catch.
The king trades speed for shape. Circle them, he orders. And the plain sprouts stakes, ramps, and watchposts. Day folds into day. A brown belt tightens mile by mile until the city sits inside a fist of earth. At night, patrols hunt the dark. A cart creaks, then shouts. A sprint, a struggle in dust. Inside the walls, jars pour by the ladle. Granaries show floorboards. A mother hushes a child with a dry cup. Outside, the drums keep the measure. One beat for caution, one for hunger, one for the patience that takes cities. Night thins to silver. At the postern, a small white flag lifts in a careful wind. Hands meet in the half-light. A clay tube changes owners. Warm wax pooling, then hardening to seal what cannot be unsaid. The message is plain. Open the gate, surrender royal sons, renew the tribute. Few words, heavy weights. On the earthwork, the king studies the dark beyond the walls. Time eats at courage faster than any blade. Pride presses for a shout. Discipline answers with a nod.
We wait for dawn.
Morning fog lifts in strips. Megiddo's gate groans downward. No cheering, only wood and weight. Egyptian wheels roll slow across the bridge. Each board answers with a weary creak. In the square, princes fold at the waist, foreheads to dust. With their breath, tribute returns. The royal sons stand very still, learning fear and futures at the same time. Incense climbs in pale ribbons. Power here is fastened not only by walls, but by vows, and by the memory of how close the day came to slipping away. The mustering yard glitters, ranks of chariots, horses still steaming, scale coats and bundled bows stacked to the sun. Chaneni writes in black and warns in red. The reed pen rasps like a soft saw. Wax seals kiss the lids. Wooden tags knocked together, order laid over the chaos of victory. The king's gaze lingers on guilt, the bright metal that bent men's will at noon. He lets the shine fade and makes a quieter promise than any oath allowed.
Next time, no grain of sand in the wheel.
From the needle of Aruna to Megiddo's gate, the road no one expected opened the north, towards Syria, toward the River of Kings. The army moves on, dust rising behind and room ahead. A victory slowed by greed, steadied by patience. Back in Karnak, chisels find their rhythm again, catching the measure of what was won and what was almost lost. Power walks a narrow path. The wise widen it with discipline. The dazzled slip from it with ease. Victory is not only the strike, but the right way taken, and the will to stay on it.